single layer of parallelism. This is called as a pericycle. And rarely medullary rays. There is a medullary rays. M stands for medullary rays. And at the center you find pith region. So this entire structure is called as stele. I repeat once again. Stele is nothing but the term stele refers to there is a cylindrical structure which is formed at the center of the plant body that consists of the first element is a phloem and the second element is a xylem. Both of them are vascular tissue. Xylem contains water and phloem contains food material. In addition to that, there is a single layer of parallelism that is called as the pericycle. And the pericycle and xylem phloem, these vascular tissues are interfered by the presence of rays that is called as a medullary rays. At the center of stele, you find the pith region. Pith is also known as the medulla. So this entire structure is called as a stele. Once again, stele is nothing but there is a cylindrical structure that consists of phloem element and phloem which surrounds the xylem at the center you see, and in between xylem and the phloem you can see medullary rays, and the pith region is also present at the center of the cylindrical structure of the xylem. So this structure is called as a stele. Actually, the term stele was first coined by one type man. The year of 1886 was the first man to be coined the term stele. And if you can say again, the term stele was first proposed by one Tage in the year of 1886. According to one Tage, actually he's a scientist who was a botanist who created a model or explanation of stele based on the presence of a number of medullary rays and the presence of pith region. This is broadly divided into two types. Now, if you take a stem, now this is a stem, it's a cylindrical part. When you take a cross section of the stem, you can see this kind of structure. At the center, you can see xylem. It is the water connected tissue, around which you can see phloem element. Now, this is a phloem element. This is xylem and the phloem. Actually, the central part of the stem is called as a xylem, and the xylem is surrounded by the phloem element. This is a phloem element. So, based on the presence of xylem and the phloem in stem in various plant categories, we can classify stele into generally two types. So, hoping that you can understand what we are focusing, where we are focusing.
So not audible, sir.
All the children are kindly requested to stay online because due to here there is a shutdown. Please kindly stay online. Stay back online, please. All the children are kindly requested to stay back online because we have power cut. So please, all the children are kindly requested to be stayed online. Please stay back online. We have no power, so please kindly stay back online. Okay. Once again, request all the children to stay back online. There is no power in our area. All the children are once again kindly requested to stay back online. Here we have no power. As we discussed, steel or evolution steel and the types of steel. Steel is nothing but there is a central cylindrical part that consists of xylem phloem. Along the xylem phloem, you can see medullary rays at the center of the vascular tissue, the presence of pith region. This is called as a steel. Now, steel is broadly divided into two types. The first type is protosteel and the second type is steel. Now, protosteel, it is the most primitive form of steel. This is the first steel to be originated in plant kingdom, and it is further classified to following types. The first type is haplosteel, the second category is actinosteel, third category is plectosteel, and fourth one mixed protosteel, right? The next we pass on to second category of steel, that is the steel. It is further divided into following types. The first type is ectofloic steel. Second category is amphiphloic steel. Or third category is solid steel, and fourth category is U steel. Fifth one is adductor steel. Sixth one is polycyclic steel. Again, the solid steel is further divided into three types. The first type is ectofloic solenoid steel, and the second category is amphiphloic solenoid steel, and third category is dictio steel. So this is a further classification of solenoid steel, right? Actually, cyclostyle is entirely varied from protostyle by the presence of lead traces. Actually, lead traces which makes a difference between protostyle to cyclostyle. So there is a major difference. One more, just I'd like to mention, that is the presence of pith region. Actually, pith is present typically in one leaf, cyclostyle, but rarely it is found in protostyle, right? So that is a major difference between protostyle and cyclostyle. Now let me take the first type of stele is a protostyle. As I mentioned very earlier, it is the most primitive form of stellar evolution, stele, that consists of xylem and phloem. It is further classified into following. The first type is haplostele. Haplostele is a type of stele in which presence of xylem and phloem, which means xylem is surrounded by phloem. Here, this is a stele in which xylem is present at the center, through which phloem which lies. Now, just to get a power, or let me start. All the children are well requested to stay back online. Here we get a connection, please stay back line. All the children are well requested to stay back line. Okay, we just got the power back and we are starting our screen. We'll be seeing the screen in 10 seconds. All the children that you can see on screen. We got power. Once again, all the children are kindly requested to stay back in line because we have no power. Extremely sorry to say. All the children are kindly requested. Extremely sorry due to inconvenience, right? Let us continue. Steel and the types of steel. Once again, all the children are kindly requested not to mark on the screen. Right? Priya, don't mark on the screen. Okay, let us continue. Types of steel. Actually, steel is broadly divided into two types. The first category is proto steel. And the second category is steel. So the main difference between proto steel and shino steel is nothing but presence of pith. And this is now this is a steel. Proto steel is a type of steel in which the central part is xylem is there. Xylem is a central part of the steel, which is surrounded by phloem element. Xylem is there and followed by phloem. Here there is no presence of pith region at the center. This is called as the proto steel. I repeat once again. Proto steel is a type of steel in which presence of only xylem and the phloem by the absence of pith region. This kind of steel is called as proto steel. I repeat once again. Proto steel is a type of steel in which xylem occupies at the center, which is surrounded by phloem by the absence of pith region. This kind of steel that you can see in case of Slaginella. Actually, Slaginella is a kind of protophytic plant in which you can see proto steel. Now, talking about proto steel, it is the most primitive form of steel in the stellar evolution. This is the first steel to be originated or to be identified in the plant kingdom, right? Okay. Next we pass on to shino steel. Actually, shino steel is a type of steel in which at the center you find pith is there. Now this is the pith region. And the pith is surrounded by the compact arrangement of xylem. Xylem is there. A xylem is surrounded by phloem. This is called, it's a xylem, and this region is a phloem element. A phloem is present and xylem is present along with the presence of pith region. So this is called shino steel. So the major difference between proto steel and the shino steel is nothing but presence of pith region at the center. Whereas in proto steel, pith is absent. Only the steel consists of xylem and phloem, right? Students, did you understand what I mean? Proto steel and the shino steel? Okay. This shiny steel can be absorbed in case of osmunta. So osmunta is one of the plant in which you can see this shiny steel, right? Okay, next we pass on to this protosteel is further classified into following types. Protosteel is further divided into following types. The first type is haplosteel. The first category, again, this protosteel is further classified into following types. The first type is haplosteel. Haplosteel is a type of steel. It is similar to the top protosteel, right? The second category, actinosteel. The second category is actinosteel. The third category is plactosteel. The fourth category is mixed steel. Mixed steel. So this is a classification of protosteel. I'll repeat it again. Protosteel is further classified into following types. The first type is a haplosteel, second type is actinosteel, third type is a plactosteel, fourth is a mixed type. What are the difference between each one? First of all, let me take a haplosteel. Actually, haplosteel is a type of steel in which xylem, which lies at the center. This is a xylem, and around which you can see phloem element. Now, this is a phloem. This is called a haplosteel. So, haplosteel, which is identified, it can be absorbed in case of slaginella. The slaginella is a right example of a haplosteel. Then actinosteel, second type is actinosteel. Actinosteel is a type of steel in which the central part of the plant is, as I mentioned, cylindrical structure, that is a xylem. Xylem is a star-like structure. Xylem, which lies star-like structure. It is a peculiar character of actinosteel. But there is no presence of pit region. Actually, xylem, which is in the form of star-like structure, around which you can see phloem element. Now, this is a phloem element. The phloem is there. As I mentioned very earlier, a protosteel is a type of steel. Its xylem is surrounded by phloem. Here, the star shape of xylem is surrounded by the presence of phloem. Here, you can see absence of pit region. This is called as actinosteel. This actinosteel is identified in case of lycopodium. Lycopodium serratum. Lycopodium serratum. This is an example of actinosteel. Now you can see sometimes what is called actinosteel and draw the structure of actinosteel, or actinosteel is absorbed in gas. That is a question to be expected. Sometimes you can expect draw the structure of actinosteel. It's a 2-mark question. If it is asked, just to draw the structure of star-like structure of xylem, which is surrounded by phloem, and give example lycopodium serratum. Next we pass to the third categories of protosteel, that is a plactosteel. Actually, plactosteel is a type of steel in which xylem core is divided into number of plate-like structure. Alternately, this phloem core is also broken and forms like a plate-like structure. This is called a lower. This is a blue color. Represents the presence of lower, and there is a red color is represented by the presence of xylem. So actually, xylem is broken and form like a plate-like structure. Alternatively, these xylem plates and the fluid plates are alternatively arranged with each other. This is called as a plateau-stele. I repeat once again. Plateau-stele is a type of steel in which xylem wall is broken or split into a number of plate-like structure which are arranged with the alternate forms of the plate-like structures of flowing element. This is called as a plateau-stele. This plateau-stele is absorbed, as I mentioned, as a label here. This is the xylem, and this is the phloem. And these are plate-like structures of xylem. The phloem are absorbed. It is a lycopodium claratum. Lycopodium clavatum. This is one of the pteridophytic members in which you can say plateau-stele. Sometimes what is called plateau-stele? Students, are you going to understand? You can expect what is called plateau-stele. Give an example. If the question is asked, you can write just plateau-stele is a type of steel which is xylem core is broken into a number of plate extension, and this is called as plateau-stele. Example, lycopodium clavatum. Sometimes one more question you can expect that's example of plateau-stele. If it is asked, you can just mention lycopodium clavatum is an example of plateau-stele. A long category is a mixed steel. Actually, mixed steel is a type of steel. Mixed steel is a type of steel in which xylem and the phloem cores are broken into a number of many blacks are there, but without the absence of it's a xylem. So there is a proto-stele is broken into a number of small globe structures that enclose the xylem along with the phloem by the absence of pith region. This is called as a mixed proto-stele. This is a mixed proto-stele. It can be absorbed, as I mentioned, it's as a label, it's a xylem and it's a phloem element. It is formed in case of Lycopodium sternum. This is one of the members of protophytic members. I repeat once again, a proto-stele is further divided into four items. The first one aplo, second one actilo, third one plateau-stele, fourth one mixed stele, right? For next we pass on to second category, that is a cyclostele. Here you can see cyclostele is further classified into following types. The first type is ectoflowing stele. Ectoflowing stele. The second category is amphi-flowing stele. The third category is stele. And fourth type is U stele. The fifth type is adductor stele. And sixth type is polyzyclic. So I repeat it again. Stele is further classified into following types. The first type is ectoflowy. The second category is ampiflowy. The third category is solidostele, and fourth one is U-stele. Fifth one is adductor stele. Sixth one is polycyclic stele. So there are 6 types that we can classify stele into following types. And let me draw the structure of each type. First of all, let me take ectoflowic stele. Actually, ectoflowic is a so let me take first of all ectoflowic stele. Actually, ectoflowic stele, as the name indicates, ectoflowic. Now, this is a stele in which xylem lies at the center. This is a cylindrical core which is represented by xylem. This xylem is surrounded by phloem. This is a phloem element. Here, xylem is surrounded by phloem. Here, phloem lies just outer side of the xylem. It is a xylem. The xylem is surrounded by a phloem. The phloem lies just outer side of the xylem, hence it is ectoflowy. The type of stele is ectoflowy. Ecto, as the name suggests, ecto means outside. Phloem just lies outside of the xylem. At the center, you can see a pith region. Pith is present at the center. Now, this is a pith region. This is called as ectoflowic stele. Actually, ectoflowic stele is observed. It is of Asmunta plant. Asmunta plant in which you can see ectoflowic stele. Second category is the amphiphloic stele. I am talking about stele. The second category is amphiphloic. Amphi means just both sides of xylem. Now this is a xylem. Xylem is present at the center. This is a xylem. The xylem is surrounded by phloem, inner and the outer side of the xylem core. I'm drawing, this is a xylem. It is surrounded by the presence of, here you can see phloem element, and just outside you can see phloem element. Phloem is also present. This is out. So both sides. This kind of stele is found in some pieces. This is called. This is also phloem, right? So the phloem, which lies both inner and outer side of the xylem core. This is called amphiphloic stele. It is found in case of Marsilia. Marsilia. Actually, Marsilia is one of the protophytic members in which you can see Marsilia. In that you can find an amphiphloic stele. Sometimes you draw the structure of amphiphloic stele and label the parts. Right? So what is called the amphiphloic stele? I repeat once again, amphiphloic stele is a type of stele in which xylem is surrounded by presence of phloem. Phloem lies both outer and the inner surface, inner side of the xylem core. That is called the amphiphloic stele, right? And one more thing, sometimes this amphiphloic stele it is also represented by the presence of lead traces. Such a condition is called as a solidostele. I'm talking about third categories of shibnostele, that is a solidostele. Actually, solidostele solidostele is a type of stele in which xylem is there, phloem is there. This is a xylem element, and the phloem is also present, but it's phloem element, and the center you can see xylem. In between the xylem and phloem, you can see now this is a lead trace. Actually, this lead trace is present. The place where this end point of the xylem core the phloem core. Just it is found the lead traces are originated the place where these adjacent points are joined together. That is called as a solidostele. So anatomically, I can make a difference between solidostele from amphiphloic stele. Actually, amphiphloic stele is a stele which it generally is present at the center, but additionally, lead trace is also present. In case of solidostele, this is called as a solidostele. The solidostele refers to the presence of the xylem phloem along with the lead traces. This is called a solidostele. This solidostele is also observed in case of Aspergillus. This solidostele is further classified into following types. The first type is ectoploic solidostele. Ectoploic. And second category is amphiphloic. As we are classified shibnostele into following types and ectoploic, amphiphloic, so like that. The solidostele is further classified into ectoploic stele and amphiphloic solidostele. And third category is a dictyostele. What are the difference between the ectoploic solidostele? Actually, this is a stele. Ectoploic stele is a type of stele. I'm talking about ectoploic solidostele. This is a stele in which lead traces is present, and the xylem core is there, and the phloem is also present. At the inner side, you can see xylem, and just outer side, you can see phloem. Additionally, the presence of leaf trace, right? So this is called ectofloic cellular stream. The phloem lies outer side, xylem lies towards the inner. At the center, you find pith is present. In addition to that, leaf trace is also present. This is called ectoploic cellular stream. The second category is amphiphloic cellular stream. It is nothing but leaf trace is also present. Now this is a stream. At the center, you can see pith region. Pith is present at the center. This is a pith, right? Pith is present. It is surrounded by phloem element. And just outer phloem and the inner phloem. At the center, this is a xylem element. Xylem core is found at the center, and around which you can see phloem. This is called the amphiphloem, which means a phloem which lies both outer and the inner side of the xylem core. So thank you for joining. Right? When you come to next class, make an assignment or send it to respective subject teacher. Once again, thank you for joining.
Hello students, next geology class is starting. Today's topic is classification.